Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Mind Stretching here. Today I want to share a couple of exercises that really help me to shake off that mental tiredness after hours and hours at work and get that stress relief, declutter my mind. I want to share these exercises with you guys. Tell me if this situation sounds familiar. You come back from work and your mind is fried. Right? You have no motivation, no brain cells left to do anything outside of work. Forget about your projects, forget about your passions, forget about all of that. And what is worse, not only you are tired, you still keep thinking about all those tasks or those issues that came up at work, or you're thinking about the tasks that's sort of piling up that you will have to do in the coming days, and all of that even further contributes to that stress level, to that mental tiredness again, that sort of weights you down. So I have been in that situation almost every single day at work. I work as an analyst, so my job is pretty much spending hours and hours and hours in front of a computer analyzing big amounts of data. And as you can imagine, by the end of the day, my brain is fried and that's it. I cannot do anything else. And in order to cope with that, I have developed several methods, several techniques to help me cope with that level of stress, and also regain that mental space after a long day of work, to still be able to do something that I am passionate about, the project that I want to work on outside of my regular job. So the idea behind all of the exercises that I'm going to share with you guys is very simple. It is all about shifting your focus away from work and all the tasks and issues that are related to work to here and now. And the best way to sort of ground your focus in the present is by performing an unusual task. What do I mean by that? Well, so when you come back from work and you do a routine task like cooking, cleaning, or washing dishes, right? You will notice that your brain doesn't stop thinking about all those issues related to whatever you're dealing with at work or elsewhere. And that is because our brain is so good at multitasking. If the task that we perform is routine, our brain will just continue at the same time that trail of thought that sort of weights us down and contributes to that mental tiredness. So in order to shift our focus, we need to perform an unusual task, the kind of task that will make our brain stop and focus 100% on performing it. And that's how we ground ourselves in the present. So long story short, today I'm going to share 3 exercises that will help you to do just that, to shift your focus to the present, ground yourself in here and now, and help you to declutter your mind. Here they are. Okay, here's the first exercise. As the title says, the exercise is about writing sentences backwards. So in order to do this, pick your favorite book. I have this book, 3-Body Problem, with me. Pick a passage, doesn't have to be a long one, and just start writing it down, but write it down backwards. The exercise is actually more challenging than it looks. The way I do it is I take a brief glance at a word I'm about to write, and then I switch immediately to my notepad and I write the word down backwards. And the longer the word basically is, the trickier it is to write it down, because all of a sudden your brain starts to glitch. Of course, you know how to write the word normally, but when you try to write it backwards, all of a sudden you lose a letter, or maybe 2, or you mix them around. So again, the longer the word, the more challenging it is. Okay, so this is the exercise number 1. Now exercise number 2. Okay, here's the exercise number 2. I'm actually a big fan of working with my non-dominant hand. So in my case, I'm right-handed, so I love exercises where I can engage my left hand. In this particular case, on my channel, I have previously posted videos of me writing words, writing sentences with my left hand. But really, the way how I have improved faster over time is by doing something like this. So essentially drawing different pictures. This one is like a simple geometrical picture, but by doing this with your non-dominant hand, you train kind of control of your non-dominant hand, because it's actually quite tricky drawing those straight lines. It is difficult to do it with your dominant hand, so in my case, my right hand, to just draw straight lines like this. But it's an additional challenge when you're doing something like that with your non-dominant hand. But the benefit of this exercise is that I promise you, like when I was doing this exercise, my mind went blank. Simply because, again, this exercise requires a lot of kind of attention, especially if your left hand is not, or your non-dominant hand is not as trained, or you have never tried exercises like this before. But it is pretty fun and satisfying on some level. I don't know why, but it is. Okay, so the final exercise in this video that I wanted to share is actually another thing that I really like to do, is developing ambidexterity, or working basically, or doing things with both hands. It activates your brain like nothing else. And actually it's not as difficult as it seems, especially on the example that I'm showing here. So it's very simple figures, like lines, simple shapes that you can, even if you don't have too much of prior training, you can easily do with both your hands with some training. And again, the benefit of this exercise is that when you do it, it's still challenging enough, it's still tricky enough to kind of force you to really focus on this task. And after doing this for 5 or 10 minutes, I actually, like, my mind feels lighter, because for a moment I got that mental break. And of course, you can always make these exercises more challenging. So actually, in the following videos, I going to share more exercises, and they're going to be based on using the left hand, using both hands. I'm going to mix them with some other exercises that I love to do, and they will get like progressively more challenging. But these exercises in this video, I feel like anyone can do them. But if you still find them challenging, which I absolutely did when I started, it's perfectly fine. That's actually the benefit of them, that they allow you to switch your mind off, switch it away from all the things that are happening around you, really focus on this task, and try to do it as best as you can. And again, after 10-15 minutes, you will feel a little bit better, a little bit lighter, a little bit more rested. Those were the exercises. Have you tried them? Did you like it? Did you find them challenging? I personally do. Every single exercise that I'm sharing with you guys is challenging for me. It takes me a long time to train them, as I do them practically every day. But I keep doing them. I keep returning to them, because after I do those exercises, I actually feel more relaxed. I feel that mental space freeing up, mental tiredness relieved after performing these exercises. So if you try them and you see the same results as I do, leave a comment. I'm curious to hear about your experience. If you like these videos, give them a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.